make money for so it says housing affordability has become a defining economic issue across much of the world. The UN Habitat World Cities Report 2026 Visual capitalist Dorothy Newfield created this map comparing median home prices with annual household incomes across more than 180 countries, revealing where buying a home is relatively attainable and where it remains far out of reach. Home prices versus income. Let's see. It's an interesting little graph on my print screen. This shit. I'm trying to print screen and shit. Individual capitalist graph on them was they have an app. Visual capitalist like app. Interesting they call it visual capitalist like it's a video capitalist. You get it? Visual capitalist, video capitalist. So that is map. That shows Canada's at 9.4. The US has the world's seventh lowest home price. The US has the world's seventh lowest home price to income ratio. Brazil at 18.3. Wow. Let me get the screenshot of this. I need to get this picture, though. Stop saying. See, always download. Where's the right. They say how about sorry. Download. I'm still looking at the map. Still the maze, so it says we'll get into the graphs. We got time. That's right. 4 minutes now. See where I go back to the article here. Oh, 5 minutes in? So it says the world's most affordable housing markets. Saudi Arabia and the UAE have the lowest home price to income ratios in the data set. The US ranks seventh lowest. I'm surprised the US is ranked that low. I'm shocked. Canada 9.4, Australia 7.5, and the UK 8.3. So they make it seem like the US housing market is way better than Canada, Australia, and the UK. The ratio shows how many years of median household income would be needed to match your rate. So, according to this map, rank Saudi Arabia one seventh, the US. Is US is that cheap? Yeah, if we can read this, they're gonna want to really get to the US. Or is that cheap? So that and you can make money. Look at this. At the bottom, I see the verse. Sri Lanka, China, Nepal, Philippines, Nigeria, Iran, but Thailand, Vietnam, bad. Brazil, Uh, so it says in the U.S., rising mortgage rates and constrained housing supply have weakened affordability in recent years. Even so, home values remain relatively low compared with household incomes on an international basis. Around 3 billion people worldwide remain undisturbed by the housing market as home prices continue to outpace incomes in many countries. Many countries, wow, continue to outpace where buying a home is most difficult. At the other end of the ranking, Syria records the record's highest home price to income ratio at 86.7. Several European countries also post relatively high ratios. Portugal, France, Luxembourg, and Germany. But housing affordability is a global challenge. The data shows that housing affordability depends less on the country's overall wealth than on how closely home prices track local incomes. Even wealthy economies can become difficult places to buy a new home when prices rise faster than wages, while some emerging markets remain comparatively affordable despite lower incomes. They learn more on the Vermont or Vermont. I don't really like saying names. To learn more about this topic, check out this graphic on home price to income ratios by state. By state too, interesting. It's in a real estate. Is it what family did young? But real estate all day. So, then you got another one that's doing it by state. When they say state, California is the most. And why is the one California is the highest? We know actually Montana. And why then Cali, then Nevada, Washington, Florida, Tennessee, and everything out west. Mm. And this map was created on July 13th, 2026. On prices versus income. Yeah, they created a map on price to income ratio map. So it's just 3.7 higher than 3.7. And you can look at the United States and tell, like, wow, the United States has it run its course. That's what it seems like. Because nobody even wants to stay in any of these up north states. And, and people really know. People don't want to stay in Texas. I guess that some people want to stay in Nevada at the same time. I mean, it's too hot. Or people want to stay out there. People don't want to stay close to the border. I can see Atlanta. I can see staying in the South. The only South that have dispensaries is Florida and maybe Louisiana. Yeah, let me double check. Like dispensary, man. That's what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna do another video on dispensaries. We gotta go to the comment section. Comment section. Yes. 78 comments and 12,000 some views. I'm doing it by sorting by best, first, newest, oldest, comment at best. Something like that. 30 upvotes and 2 downvotes. If brown people didn't desperately want to stay wherever white people are, there wouldn't be such an issue for us. But they're obsessed with us, follow us everywhere, and created a colony in Antarctica. A year also, they'd be pleading to stay alongside us. Housing is about supply and demand. There are just too many folks in our societies, a lot of whom don't belong here. Wow, 30 of us with 2 downvotes. They say a lot of whom don't belong here. Wow. Belong here, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean by don't belong here? Where you referring to legally with no paperwork? You referring to legally with no paperwork? Mhm. Perfect. Why not? That shit, dude. Shit, went through. See, my comment section. Yeah, I see if I'm coming to where you're referring to legally with no paperwork. I'm gonna say something in the comment section. Probably has some audio being 10.3 x how much can fix and what someone said housing and so forth. Someone said having worked and stayed in several countries on the street, I call BS. This is pre 2000 AD data. Interesting, call BS. The data is off. Yeah, I call it 2.9. Upvotes to 0 downvotes. So you got somebody call comment and calling is and the numbers stats for the data. On its price to income ratio, he calling it BS. He calling it BS, and that's interesting that we ever. That's why comment sections are wrong. They can just call out certain articles and it's BS, and how the upvotes backing them, which they are 9 upvotes, 0 downvotes backing them. Someone replied. 6 upvotes to 1 downvote. If housing is so affordable in the U.S., why are so many people staying in their vehicles? Question mark. This is just more propaganda. which is 7 upvotes to 1 downvote. Or product housing is so expensive and America sucks so much. Why did do millions of people from other countries flood the USA? Did you ever think that maybe that flood immigrants might have something to do? People studying in boxes, trying harder, Tommy. Wow. 2 upvotes for 1 downvote. Wow, his profile name is Augustus Maybe Boomers. How'd you get your last name? I'm asking. How how did how did you get your last name? You know? Mm, How did you get your last name? How'd you get your last name? I guess look it up. Hey, first right there. I guess it's, I guess it's, Shane, going for the gusto. I like that. Augusto's name, going for the gusto. Yeah, look, it's like going for it all. Like if you see a chick, you ain't going for the friend zone. You going for you know what zone. So, I'm gonna comment 19 minutes. Housing affordability. That's about it for the comment section on this housing affordability article. I think everywhere, they want, in most places, they want anywhere from 500 the very low end, to 400 at the very low end. All the way to, it could be 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. You want to stay in a mansion, especially in America, man. 6,000 a month or more. You want to stay in a mansion, a super mansion. If you understand a super mansion, that's going to cost you 10 months. And, no, for sure. Yes, I'm not sure about Europe, the other rest of the countries. I have to double check on it, but it will be close. It won't be, definitely as cheap as doing this in Asia or Africa or South America. Yeah, those continents are cheaper. Yeah, before they are cheaper. Yeah, they are South Africa, South America is cheaper, and the women could be hotter and better. Um, age will say things that could be true. And but think about it when you get over there. How you go? Are they going to even allow you to be there? Or what be there? What you go show them that for? Aren't you want them to keep the authorities? Because every country has their own authorities. The authorities The ranked authority have you the country for more than a tourist visa. What can you do to convince them? What money can you show them? What income business, online business income you can show them? Online remote job you can show them that's gonna convince them that you can be on more than a tourist visa. You don't gotta do visa every few months. So that's what it is, man. Like, comment, those, bro. Wow.